Credit spreads versus selling puts, which is better for small accounts or even big accounts? In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you exactly which makes more sense. And of course, guys, if you drop a comment down below, you're going to get my newest ebook, Credit Spreads for Small Accounts. Just drop a comment. I'll send that over to you. And while you're down there, hit that like button, that subscribe button. And of course, I hope you guys are having an absolutely God-blessed day, guys. Now, of course, make sure you do your own research. I am not a financial advisor. Assume you will lose money listening to me, especially, right, because today's video, we're talking about credit spreads, and credit spreads can be a little more high risk, in my opinion, compared to selling puts. Now, both of them come with their own risks, which we need to understand, which we will be covering in today's video. The unfortunate reality that we live in, guys, is there is no investing strategy that is completely risk-free. But let's get over to the shoulder, guys. So first things first is let's just pick a random stock that we want. I'm here just on arkpicks.com. Let's just pick, you know what, let's do Robinhood. We'll do Robinhood. So the first thing we want to explain is what is a cash secured put. So if you don't know what a cash secured put is, right, we simply are saying we're willing to buy 100 shares of a stock on a certain price on a certain date. Okay, most of you understand what that is. I want to quickly go over a cash secured put example here quickly. What we do is go to the options chain. We're clicking sell a put. Then we are simply saying, hey, what date that we want to buy maybe those 100 shares of. Okay, and we'll just do 30 days out. Okay, now in this specific case, okay, we could see Robinhood time when we're recording this is trading at $75. And if you want to, let's say, just own it at $70, right, we would collect, let me move this Loom thing out of the way, we would collect about $262. We'll just say $270 between the bid and ask. Toss that into the cash secured put calculator, $270. We are locking up $7,000 for this trade, right? That's one of the big negatives that we have when running a cash secured put, guys, is because we do have to lock up $7,000, right? That is quite a bit of collateral that we have to lock up, right? A lot of people don't have $7,000. I'm going to say this as nicely as I can. I'm going to say it as nicely as I can. I hope I don't upset everybody. If you can't afford to do a cash secured put, what I'm about to show you isn't your saving grace. I think you should go get $7,000 before you trade a Robinhood or look at cheaper stocks. I say this from the bottom of my heart because I know what I'm about to show you. A lot of you guys are going to get excited about this, especially those of you who've been following the channel for a while, but you do have a higher chance of being burned. Now, there is a time and place for them. I do like the put credit spread. I do sometimes do it, not very often. I should do it more than I do. But this is the big issue with the cash secured put is that we are locking up $7,000. Now, in my opinion, this is a fantastic trade, right? Almost 4% in a month on your money. Come on now, that's insanity, right? On a 30 DTE, I would even wager, me personally, if I was actually going to go do this trade, I'd be looking more at like the 65s and something around the 2% return on my collateral range. I prefer to be a little bit more conservative. That way, if I do get assigned, I'm getting assigned at a really good strike price, okay? So that's what the cash secured put. Two outcomes really. 30 days rolls around. Number one, let's say Robinhood's still trading above $70, right? We don't buy the shares, right? We simply walk away with the premium. We rinse and repeat. Eventually, hopefully, if you're doing this right, you get assigned. A lot of people are scared to get assigned. It's normal. The second thing that can happen is obviously the biggest risk of a cash secured put is we drop below $70. We're trading at $65. You're on the hook to buy your shares at $70. That means you will get a lot of it. That's happening to a lot of us right now with our cash secured puts. We're getting assigned, right, at a higher price than what the market is actually the stock is currently trading at, right? So you could be buying Robinhood at $70 and it's trading at 60, right, or 50. That's the risk. This is why we always go back to our golden rule. Do we want to believe in this stock? Do we want to own this stock? Now, I'm going to show you the put credit spread, which is a very, very popular options trading strategy, okay? I even have trainings in our members area about this strategy. And this is kind of, people on the internet will position this to you as a fast way to grow small accounts. And I'm going to say it from the bottom of my heart. If someone is telling you can grow a small account fast, they are lying to you, okay? They are lying to you. Now, this is a strategy, just like the cash secured put. It comes with its own set of risks, as you're going to see. So let's just talk about it. Okay, so let's just go, when I do, if and when I ever do spreads, I will usually do them a little bit shorter dated. So let's just do like a 10-day one here. And I'm here selling a put. You're going to sell a put as normal, okay? hopefully you still have the cash to cover it. A lot of people don't. Otherwise, they would just do a cash secured put. More on that in a moment. Okay. So let's just say, right, you're like, hey, you know what? I'll do the 70s. I'll sell a put 10 days out. Okay. I'll click that. Cool. Got it. So I would collect just about $100 of premium on that. Now what we're doing, right, is we are going to buy a put as well. We're going to buy a put. I know, the silly options buyer. We're going to buy a put for the same expiration date. My rule of thumb when I'm buying the put, think of this as protection in case things go really south on you, okay? And this is where you got to get to necessarily dictate your max loss, your max risk on this trade, okay? So, and I'll make this all make sense for you in just a moment. So we're saying we're willing to buy 100 shares of SoFi or of Hood at $70, right? Now, you don't need $7,000 to do this strategy. That's what's kind of cool about it and what entices a lot of newbies that think that they can grow an account like this, okay? Now, if we go, I like to go 5 strikes down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'll go down to 65 for simple math. And now I'm going to buy this $65 put, okay? Now, if we look here, you can see this is why Robinhood is nice for beginners. I genuinely do think it's great for beginners because it visually shows you are doing a put credit spread, okay? Now, if I click continue here, okay, you will see I am getting a credit of, we'll do $60 for simple math between the bid and ask. Well, that's $60 of premium. Fantastic. Premium chasers. Awesome, right? We're collecting that upfront premium. Now, what can happen here? Okay, so let's go to our cash secured put calculator. This isn't going to be perfect, but we're going to put $60 there. Okay, we're collecting $60 right here in a 10-day expiration. Okay, now if we go back to Robinhood here, if I scroll down here to this chart area, you will see that I have now a max loss of 442. Okay, what does that mean? Well, technically, right? Technically, you don't get anything from this trade. Okay, you're really praying that Robinhood stays above $70. Right? Because if you stay above $70, you're simply walking away with the premium. With this strategy, you're left with nothing if it drops down, okay? And you're buying this put as kind of this protection, right? And you start to lose money in this trade as it drops below 70. So 69, you're losing 100, 200, 300, 400, right? So let me just show you. So let's just say for simple math, we'll say 442 because it's factoring in the premium. Let's just say 500 for simple math, guys, but I think you understand that this max loss, they're factoring in the premium that you're collecting, but I just want to keep the math very simple just to show you. So our collateral, we'll just say is $500 because that's our max loss. That's our max loss on this trade. You can minus the premium. You understand me? All right, so right here, okay, just to show you it visually, okay, let me go back here, and if I uncheck this, you'll see this 442, right? If I buy the 66 ones, my max loss is now 350, 400, okay? Just again, simple math. We're not factoring in the premium, all right? And if I go to the 67s, right, 300, right, 200, right? So you understand what I'm saying? Now the wider the bid goes, the more premium you're collecting, right? So if I go to the 60s, right, I'm collecting more premium. I'm collecting $80 of premium now, but my max loss is $1,000. So when I do these trades, this is why I really make sure that I am, kind of keeping it tight as best as I can. So I don't really necessarily have a rule of thumb, but it's usually always been like between 5 strikes that I do between my in my spread, and that's why it's called a spread, because that is your max loss is your spread between those strikes. Okay, so coming back to the cash secured put calculator, because this is way easier to understand. Of course, if I am a newbie and I see, hey, I can collect 12% return on a $500 bet in 10 days. Most of the time, you're always going to close all this crap out early. Just FYI, you got to. you're of course going to be enticed, because think about it. Most people have small accounts. Most people do have small accounts, right? So when when they see this facade that, hey, I can just risk $500, I can just collect 60, or what I can do is, I could just be playing with the very low delta stuff, right? I can be going down to like even the 70 delta is, or the 70s are at 0.17, but I can even go further down if I have to. Sure, you could do that. That's a smart move if you're gonna experiment with this stuff. You could go way further, out of the money to really just get an understanding of it. But the thing about this is you will eventually get burned. And that one time that you do get burned with this strategy could wipe out months of the premiums that you've collected over the course of that time. Okay? So you gotta be careful. Do I think there's a time and place for this? Yes. When? Honestly, when you're just premium chasing, to be honest with you. If you're just premium chasing and you definitely don't want to be assigned to stocks, and you're in like a volatile market and you see a setup, sure, and you want to just have some fun, that's the bucket I would put this in. So kind of like the rule of thumb that I have is 80%, and I'm talking just selling options. I think everybody should still have buy and hold. I think everybody should be buying a little bit of gold every month. I think honestly people should be buying a little bit of Bitcoin every month. I buy all of those things. I have my weekly stuff I buy on Vanguard. I buy my SPYs and QQQs. So when in my retirement years, I'm running covered calls. I'm just sitting on them, right? I do my gold buys. I do my Vanguard buys every single week, and then leftovers is selling options on. And then when I have my selling options, I have 80% fully trying to be as strict to Ark Options, Dividend Kings, Dividend Aristocrats, good quality companies. That's what I try to stick with. Okay. Then after that remaining 20%, I'll pick fun, more higher risk stocks, right? That could be the SoFis. That could be the Robinhoods. Stuff that doesn't necessarily have I don't want to say not the best fundamentals. I do think SoFi is going to recover, and I love SoFi so much. But that's fun stuff. This is where it's I get to scratch a little bit of the degenerate itch that we all have, right? And if I was going to allocate a position for spreads, I'd be 5%, maybe even 5%, preferably 3% that I would allocate towards doing fun things like that, because the returns are insane. Of course they are, right? But everything comes with more risk. Think about it. With the cash secured put, at least I'm left with something. At least I'm left with something. And like I said, and it wasn't to mean throw shade at anybody that has a small account, but if you cannot afford, right, to run a cash secured put on a Robinhood, then I would recommend go looking at other stocks, right? So I'm just here on HardPicks looking at SoFi. Obviously, we talk a lot about SoFi here. $1,800 of collateral, maybe $1,700 or $1,600. I'd be looking at the cheaper stocks, right? That I can maybe run my that I can run my full Ark option strategy on, or the wheel strategy on. That's what I would be doing. Because listen, even though the Ark strategy, wheel strategy is boring, you're only doing around 1.5%, maybe 2%, a little bit more, depends on how aggressive all of us are. You're at least getting something. Everything is cash secured. Everything is covered. So you always either have the shares or you have the cash, right, that you're putting to work. And the worst case scenario is you're left holding a stock, where even if you're left holding a stock, if you picked a decent one, it should eventually recover. So even with me being assigned SoFi's, I know it, I do from the bottom of my heart know it'll eventually recover. So even if I have to hold the bag for a month or 2 months, I still have something. If I was doing credit spreads on SoFi that whole entire time, do you know how many thousands upon thousands of dollars I would be down? Thousands on thousands of dollars I would be down if I had been doing and riding, kind of a SoFi down. That's the big risk. At least here you're left with a real asset. You're again, I don't consider myself a day trader. I consider myself an investor. So when I invest in something, I want to make sure that I'm left with something, that I have some sort of asset to show for it. I hope that makes sense, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you want all of these calculators, they are completely for free, as well as my covered call calculator and my trade lock template, and you want additional training on what we just talked about, click the Ark Options Strategy workshop link down below. There's 90 minutes of training there for you. I give you all of these resources at the end, and at the end, I also talk about our Option Seller School Mastermind, which is such a cool group of individuals. So if you're looking for a group of really cool, like-minded individuals that share, right, their wins, their losses, and are truly welcoming to just newbies and veterans alike, I invite you to join us on side of Option Seller School, and that I talk about that towards the end of that presentation. So click that first link in the description of today's video, guys. Remember, sell options, collect premiums, repeat. I'll see y'all tomorrow.